Yes, Gaga, you look so good. Oh my God, yes.
Right, guys, so the first question is, if you were going to be reincarnated as an animal, which animal would you want to come back as?
I'll probably be like a one of those bald eagles.
Okay.
Because I would love the flight. That's the thing, to fly all over.
Yeah, the freedom to do whatever you want,
exactly.
right?
And just explore everywhere.
Yeah.
As flying.
So what animals would you not want to be?
Maybe a rat. I don't want to be a rat.
Yeah, why not?
I guess because everybody, for one thing, they're pests,
Yeah.
and everybody wants to kill a rat.
Yeah,
right. And then they're just real dirty.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah.
So it's like you'd want to be an animal that has freedom
Yeah.
and has a good life, but you want to avoid being the ones who are kind of treated worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which animals do you think we treat worse as a society?
Well, in some countries, dogs, like in the United States, we're okay because they take care.
Oh, but like in Mexico.
But like in Mexico, for example, they don't fix the dogs, so they have a lot of dogs and they just leave them on the street,
yeah.
and it's sad.
I suppose in parts of Asia they actually eat dogs, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's your opinion on that?
That's harsh for the dogs, huh? And it's kind of. We have our 2 Yorkies at home, and we love them, but we wouldn't even think about wanting to eat them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
Would you say it's immoral to kill a dog for food?
I mean, unless it's a necessity and there's nothing else to eat.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a balance between morality and
Yeah.
necessity.
Let's say if you're in a situation where they don't need to and they can go to the supermarket and get someone else, would that be wrong?
Yeah.
Like options, right?
Yeah.
Like one time when we were in Hong Kong, they had some turtles there, and we thought they were pets, but it was actually food that people would go and buy and eat it. And we were like,
It's crazy how we see some animals as pets and then others as food, but in other cultures it can be completely different, right?
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that some cultures might look at what we do to pigs and think that's wrong?
That's true.
exactly. Or the cows.
Yeah.
In some places
They're sacred.
Yeah.
That's right. Like in India.
Do you think there's a moral difference between killing a dog and killing a cow?
Hey, you know what? That's true. I don't think we think twice about people killing a cow because we don't even ask when we're having that big old Big Mac at a McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's true, huh? If you think about it, there are cows that are dead.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you were born in a part of Asia where they ate dogs and that was normal, do you think you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, because if I didn't know any better, that's a custom and a tradition I grew up in. And then, I mean, if that's all I know, I guess that's just standard of living, I guess.
Yeah.
But
It's a culture.
it's a
part of
culture.
the culture.
Yeah. Do you think that culture can dictate morality at all? Difficult question, right? I mean, I guess in some cultures they treat women really poorly, and they say it's part of their culture, like in Saudi Arabia, for example.
That's right.
Would you say that because it's part of their culture, does it make it any more moral, or is it wrong regardless of the culture?
I guess it depends in what way you look at it. If you're part of that society, if you're part of that culture, and then, like again, that's all you know. So
Maybe
it's
on
not,
perspective, depends on perspective. Right? If we look at the victim's perspective, then, so from the woman's perspective, is it always wrong?
Yeah, for me it is.
Yeah, and then if you think about like the dog's perspective, is it always wrong if they're being treated poorly?
Yeah.
So then if we look at the pig's perspective, say in the US, is it always wrong from their perspective regardless of our culture?
In their perspective, yeah. But then like, for us, it's a delicious bacon sandwich. You know? Yeah.
I remember for my sister's 15-year party, he bought a pig to raise it and then kill it and eat it. But we fell in love with the pig. We even put a name to the pig. It was Milkfoot. So I remember that we didn't want to eat it, but they killed it anyways, and none of us ate. I'm like, we're like, no, that's not right.
So do you think it's possible to get attached to a pig just like a dog then, right?
Yeah, definitely. Any pet.
Yeah. So why is it that you think we treat pigs so poorly and we love dogs so much?
It's true. I guess because that's not like your normal. I think in our society, in our culture, where we're in LA, we don't see as pigs as walking down the street or like a pig park, as compared to like a dog park. There's a bunch of dogs playing around. That's your pet. Yeah. I guess it's different. There's not a lot of people having pigs as pets.
Exactly right. Yeah. If you saw a pig getting hurt in front of you, would it bother you?
It would. No, if you get getting hurt in front.
Yeah. So if I had a pig here in front of you, right, and I was gonna maybe kill that pig for food, would you guys try and stop me?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I would say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that would be not cool.
So would you say it was immoral for me to do that? Even though I was going to eat it after.
That's true. See, that's a good question.
Yeah.
In our perspective, yeah, hey, that's
seems wrong.
immoral. Yeah.
And then you remember the bacon is
Yeah,
not that bad.
Yeah, right. You know what? We get pleasure from things all the time, and it makes us want to do them. But do you think that getting pleasure from something can make it more moral to do so?
It shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't justify for that.
Because if I go and hurt a human and you say, "What are you doing?" and I say, "Yeah, but I really like it,"
Yeah.
you'd be like, "That's irrelevant, right?"
Yeah,
So
that's
getting pleasure from, say, eating an animal, does that make it any more moral to do it?
That's tough.
If there's nothing else to eat, maybe it's okay because you
Yeah,
have to
sure,
survive.
sure.
But if you have other options, maybe you should
Yeah.
do more like eating more nuts and beans and lentils.
Yeah.
Things from the
and
earth,
it has
huh?
protein too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So do you think that we're in a situation where we do have the choice not to?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So if you think you see there's something wrong with it, if I was to do it here, you'd probably try and stop me. If I went behind like a wall where you couldn't see it happening and did the same thing, is it still wrong?
It's still wrong.
It's probably still wrong, but we're not seeing it, so it's going to be
Right.
a less of a.
So it wouldn't bother. Maybe it doesn't come to the forefront of your mind,
it doesn't.
but the act is still immoral, right?
Yeah.
So if I go behind us into a slaughterhouse, then let's say, and did it there, is the act still immoral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're still doing the
Through
same
our
thing.
perspective,
It's
huh?
just that we're
Yeah.
not seeing how.
Maybe through our
but-
perspective.
And why is it that you think that we are like breeding animals and killing them? Why is that happening?
I think that's survival, right? For food.
Is it survival?
Well, I mean, most people have their diet of meats, and
Yeah.
that's the beginning of time. You know, people killing
Yeah.
animals to eat
Yeah.
to survive.
Do you think just because something's always happened, does that mean it should continue?
No, definitely not.
We can always make changes,
Changes,
and
sure.
things
Yeah.
better. And, we're getting smarter.
Yeah, for example, like we have,
should be more conscious.
like we're getting away from more of the fossil fuels, and we're
Yeah.
trying to produce like battery power or electricity. I mean, because that thing's gonna run out. So
Yeah.
maybe animals can run out too. I don't know.
Yeah, like for example, we're trying little by little not to eat that much. Like red meat, we don't eat, but we still eat fish and chicken.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. It's an animal.
Yeah.
But it's hard. But kids growing up, they need protein. But you can get it from the beans and
Sure.
lentils too.
Sure.
So there's always an excuse.
Yeah, right.
But I think we should eat more.
Plants.
Yes, plants and nuts and things
Yeah.
that won't make us hurt animals.
The animals. So.
They deserve to live too.
Of course, right? Because I mean, they're sentient. They feel pain. They have a will to live.
That's true.
If we don't need to eat them to survive, what would you say your main reason is for doing it?
I guess getting substance and whatever we need to survive through
But if-
other.
But if you don't need them,
Yeah. So like you said, we have beans, lentils, nuts, seeds.
So we just stay in that.
If we don't need to, so it's not for survival that we eat meat, right? Maybe our ancestors had to, but that's
Yeah.
not why we do it. So what is the reason that we choose to do it, or you choose to do it?
I guess acquired taste. They don't want to try anything different, and it's just always been there.
When did you think you chose to begin eating animals?
Me when I was young,
because our parents
parents didn't know any
gave us
better.
food that
Right.
had chicken and fish.
We grew up on bacon and sausage.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like a habit.
To have it.
Would you agree that we never really make the conscious decision to begin eating animals? If your parents just give it to you?
No, I think at the beginning when you're young, you don't know. You just
don't-
do whatever your parents tell you to do or the habits that you have. But then later on, you can choose.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can change.
sure.
There's
Do
nothing
you think if our children knew what we were doing to animals, like behind those walls, do you think they'd have an issue with it?
I remember when he was little, he asked about the chicken, where it was coming from, and I said, "Oh, the chicken. What? I don't want to eat chicken
Right.
anymore."
Yeah,
Remember?
because you know, cute little chicken, you know.
Yeah, so maybe he didn't even realize it was an animal. at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, he didn't.
Do you think if we don't think our kids would want to see where their food comes from, do you think that suggests there's a moral issue with that production?
It could be, but I guess in the angle that we're looking at, I guess it never. To be honest, these are things to really start thinking about because it never really crossed my mind.
right? Yeah.
So it could, it could be morality issue.
Because you'd have no issue taking your children to like a strawberry farm and picking strawberries, right?
Yeah,
But you probably would have an issue taking them to where
like a
bacon
slaughterhouse
comes
or
from,
something.
right?
Yeah,
See where
yeah.
their breakfast comes from, right?
That's true. That's true. See, that's a perspective I never thought about.
I remember I read an article where like we're gonna run out of food because there's so many people that everybody like the food is gonna be like powders and pouches and it's all protein and I think that's gonna be like the point where you're not gonna need the animals because they're gonna do everything like in.
I suppose an interesting point a lot of people don't think about is, so we're breeding these billions and billions of animals. What do you think these animals are eating?
That's true.
So they
Grains.
eat
Grain.
grains,
Oh, yeah.
soy.
Grass.
So these animals are eating plants, and predominantly it's plants that we can also eat, like soy and grain.
We can skip that.
Right, and
That's
think about how much a cow eats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't stop, and we're breeding billions of these animals each year. So if we stopped producing the animals, we'd have so much more plants to eat.
That's true.
Theoretically, we'd be able to cure world hunger with these
That's
plants.
true.
We skip that part of the chain.
Yeah, you're
Instead of
right.
eating the animal, we just
Right.
eat what the animal's eating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I never thought that's a good point.
Yeah, and then all the water we use to produce these animals as well, and all the methane gas that these cows produce,
That's
it's
right,
damaging the
which is-
environment.
Yeah. And then also the doctor, I have high cholesterol,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I don't,
health-wise.
all my family, and we don't eat that bad. Like to say, oh, it's because of the way you eat. But the doctor told me
It's heredity.
it's the way your liver is metabolizing the fats. So just stop eating everything that is animal. And then I said, well, I don't eat red meat. I only eat chicken. And he said, well, that's an animal. Stop eating chicken.
Yeah, sounds like a good doctor, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
maybe we can be healthier too because
Sure.
you're not eating.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I work in public health, and so the animal products they tend to be high in saturated fats, which raises our cholesterol, but they're also high in dietary cholesterol. So plants don't contain any cholesterol whatsoever. So when people stop consuming these products, their cholesterol levels tend to drop. And vegans have lower rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and coronary heart disease. So that's also another aspect for it.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Much healthier.
I should start with that. Huh? Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Little by little, you can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Everyone can change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife already introduced us to soy milk.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're changing. Flaxseed.
milk,
Yeah.
No more of the
other
dairies.
options, you
We
know.
live in an abundance of choice now, don't we? There's so many.
That's true.
Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. If I was to give you like a card with some videos to watch, would you consider
Oh, of
watching them?
course. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
We always look at
That was great. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.